Perth. My show is this weekend, and there's not many tickets left. The front is already sold out. Balcony ticks only now for the big theatre show. I'm very keen. It's this Saturday. Get on down, as well as Bunbury tomorrow night, Friday. And also then I'm going to regional Queensland and hopefully Adelaide if everyone fixes their shit. LukeKidgel.com.
LouSpears.com. I'm coming to Ballarat and Shepparton in 2 weeks and Warrnambool. Then I'm going to Adelaide, Launceston, Perth, Gold Coast, Brisbane. Then that's probably it because the one after that is Newcastle. Yes!
I was going to plug my Brisbane shows, but that ain't looking good. So can you guys fix it? All right. Oh, yeah. Tasmania in September. I'm coming there as well. That'll be good. But other than that, yeah, please fix it.
Just loosebizz.com, lukekidgel.com. Grab your tickets. Refunds guaranteed. All right, let's get into the episode. Guys, welcome to Luke and Lewis. Welcome to the episode, guys. We have returned. We are 50% out of Zoom. All right, only one of us is on Zoom.
That's a pretty good ratio. I mean, we're both on Zoom. We're communicating via Zoom, and also Keelan's in the bath again, by the looks of it.
Okay, all right. Well, look,
Bathroom.
It's a 100% Zoom episode, but one of us is in the studio. So look, I will say this: it's like a 33.33 recurring percent in studio edition of the show.
I'm proud of you for going into work today because you could have done this with your pants off at home. There's no need for you to be in the studio.
Yeah, I'm so over it. I'm sick of my home. I wanted to get out.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'm still in Darwin. It's a big day for Darwin today. The Darwin Cup, which I've
heard
is horse racing. Dude, Darwin's wild. I think last time we spoke, I was still in quarantine, but I've since got out and got to experience Darwin at its finest. People say Darwin has no culture. They've clearly never been to the dildo racings on a Thursday night. Dude, dildo racing on ladies' night at Monsoons. Get down, man. It rips.
Man, and they're not joking about the monsoon. Some of those stories you sent me were graphic.
Oh, yeah, dude. There was a stripper and he got his cock out. Oh, all the places here have strippers.
All of them.
Every bar I went to on Thursday night,
on Thursday night.
Yeah.
That makes it so much funnier that it's already crazy that every bar has a stripper, but every bar on a Thursday night has a stripper.
Yeah. Well, I think that's their tactic is how do we get people to come out on a Thursday night? Dicks and tits, dude. Dicks and tits.
It was was it a mixed gender strip club?
No, it's like a bar. Like imagine if you went out to a bar in Melbourne, right? But it's Darwin, so there's cock, right? So we accidentally stumbled into a ladies' night. Meg and I were just walking down the street, and the place we're at looked like it was closing up, and we're like, oh, let's just go for a wander. It's warm at night. So we started wandering down the street, and there was this bar that looked kind of pumping. So we're like, oh, let's go in here. And then turns out there was a topless, guy with a little bow tie at the door, and Meg got handed some vouchers for free champagne because it was ladies' night. So we're like, this is great. Dude.
They looked at you with disgust.
Yeah, literally. No, it turns out they do ladies' night is because I found out that Darwin has a ratio of 1 to 4 women here.
What? Oh, because of the mining.
The army. There's a lot of reasons.
Oh, yeah, the military's up there too.
Yeah, so they try and get women into bars by putting on ladies' night, but it's still 75% dudes.
Really?
Ladies' night was the biggest sausage fest I've ever seen.
Fuck, you wouldn't want to be a woman in Darwin. That would be you'd be like when you've got chips at the beach. Just seagulls everywhere. Mine.
Oh, yeah. And they were creepy, dude. Meg was getting, just hit on left, right, and center. There was this guy looked like Andrew Gaze. It's like, dude, you're 60. Why are you here? You shouldn't look like a former NBL player and also be hitting on my girlfriend. That's, But man, it's a lot of fun. And we ran into a few people who were coming to the show. So they kind of showed us around the city and all the delights. Then we went to another place. Dude, it's imagine I wasn't alive. I mean, I was, but I wasn't going to bars when I was 4. I like to think that going out here, and I've had confirmation from older people, is like going out in the Gold Coast in the 90s. There's wet t-shirt competitions on a Thursday where you can win $1,000. Like anyone can enter.
Did you enter? You got a set?
I didn't get asked. I know. I don't know. My World Gym game's been pretty weak lately, so I don't think I would have got taken home the cash, unfortunately.
Bummer.
Yeah, but it's a bit of fun. That's for sure. So
at the end of these vibrator races, what's the is there a finish line, or is there just like 3 women on the end?
Just standing there with their legs open. No, it's so what it is. Yeah, I didn't explain that. It's like corrugated iron.
Of course, it's Darwin corrugated iron. That makes it. They found a way to make vibrator races Australian.
Even more bogan than it is. And it's like on an angle, and then they put in each like row of the corrugated iron, they put one dildo at the start, then they just flick them all on at the same time, and then they vibrate their way down the corrugated iron. And there's like a finish line, and everyone, like our table, we were cheering for our one, which we named Penetration Station. I wasn't too thrilled with the name, to be honest.
I like it rhymes. What were you going for?
I panicked because all the girls looked at me who were with, and they were like, well, you're the comedian, think of something funny. And I was like, I don't know. And then there was
Vibration Nation?
That would have been better, honestly. And then the commentator, I didn't think properly. If I had my time again, I didn't realize that the commentator has to say it over and over again, no matter what the name is. So there was Clit Crusher. There was a few good ones. There was like, Twat Destroyer. Just people really going with that theme, dildo themed, I guess. But
that's so good. That like Darwin has worked out a way to make like women's vibrators manly. It's the cunt destructor.
I think that was actually one of them. That's so funny you say that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she said that. It's great. But yeah, then there was like a male stripper came on, and then like he just like full on got his dick out. And I was like, imagine if you just walked into this bar and you were like, let's go for a couple of drinks on a Thursday and head home. And then there's some guy on stage. Dude, stripping to Fall Out Boy. I've never laughed harder in my fucking life.
That's great. I wonder if he was even a stripper. Like, you know how if you have a clipboard and a high-vis vest, you can get in anywhere?
Yeah.
If you're in Darwin and you have a six-pack and a big dick, you can just get in wherever you like.
Well, mate, that was the problem.
No.
Got right down to the end of the T's. So, like, they were dressed as firefighters. They had that song, like, my songs, the one that's like, light 'em up, up, up.
Yeah.
So it was a fire-themed song. I was like, oh, yeah. Okay. And then it gets right to the end. He's got a towel just over his good bits, and he's going like, come on, who wants to? He's trying to get the crowd G'd up. There's, 80% blokes are going, mate, we don't give a shit.
You're very bold to have a male stripper when there's 80% men.
Like, he's trying to get the crowd into it, like, come on, who wants to see me cock? And most of the crowd's going, we're pretty indifferent, mate, just lining up for the bar.
Mate, we only want to see another man's cock if it's funny.
Yeah. And he then, he gets a bit of a cheer. He whips it out, like the big crescendo of the act. I'm not joking. Like 15 people laughed.
That's
brutal,
sad,
dude.
And you know what? It wasn't cold because it's Darwin.
Oh yeah, it was warm. It was a steroid issue for sure.
Oh right.
Yeah, he was a big muscly bloke, and I was like, that's a roid dick for sure. But that's right. He did his best. It was great up until right at the end. He just needs to nail the final part of his act, and I reckon he's going to be a star.
That's good, and Luke Kidgel would know.
Yeah, and then anyway. Oh, and then on Saturday. You can talk about your week if you want. I'm just been waffling on here.
Well, look, I'm glad that you've been having a lot of fun, Luke. You've been getting your fun out, having a good time. Because not me, mate. My life has gotten a lot more serious. I've matured. I've grown up. I'm beyond those things. I'm a father.
You are. For those who don't know, Lewis has recently acquired a son.
Yeah, I've acquired a son. Not Not genetically, not biologically. Jasmine is not pregnant, but we do have a son now. Jasmine's 13-year-old little brother has moved in with us, and we're looking after him. He's properly like moved in. He lives with us now. We're looking after him, and it took me a few days, but now I've fully stepped into my role and realized that I am now a father. I'm not biologically, but I am that role now. I'm a father, and look, Luke, I think this show needs to get a little bit more serious. Get this funny business out of there. It's time to grow up, like I have.
Well, be honest. Has it changed your lifestyle at all?
Yes. Sometimes I have to stop playing World of Warcraft past midnight because he will go, well, why can't I play Valorant if he's playing World of Warcraft? So I have to go to bed a little bit earlier.
You're an
to
adult.
set a good example for my son.
That's so funny.
Yeah, so I look, it's changed a lot, you know.
You can't play video games at midnight, you loser.
I know, dude. Love the kid and it's great, but it is funny. Like I have a cat, but you feed the cat 3 times a day. When you have a child, I've never had to keep someone alive, you know? Like I've had a girlfriend, but she's like of age, you know? So she can feed herself and dress herself and stuff. Well, I'm not Marcus Dibble.
Yeah.
So like, you know, like you have to keep him alive. We're like, oh, has he had food? Are we going to take him to the doctor? Does he need to see the dentist? It's, you know, I'm a father now. So that's awesome.
Like, do you do dad stuff? Do you make more dad jokes? Is that a thing?
You know what is interesting? I don't know if I'm supposed to not swear in the house as often as I do normally in conversation.
Definitely you're not supposed to swear. He's 13.
Well, I haven't altered the swearing at all. Like, not even a little bit.
I mean, it is your house at the end of the day, your rules. You can pretty much do whatever you want.
Whatever the fuck I want.
Well, yeah, but except for playing video games that are late hours.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Boo-hoo.
I like that you'll happily drop the C-bomb over the dinner table, but no World of Warcraft past midnight. What the fuck kind of parent are you?
A sick one. A really good one. No, it's good. We're going swimming. I've taught him how to float. He didn't know how to float, and now we're working on his backstroke.
Hang on. What do you mean you don't know how to float?
I taught him, not me, him. I'm teaching him how to float.
Doesn't everyone know how to float? Like, isn't it?
Not
Aren't
everyone.
we just generally buoyant?
No.
Like, if you starfish, and really spread that body weight, don't you just float?
Yeah, you will float, but you have to learn how to do it. You basically need to learn that you are going to float. You learn the trust that you will float, you know? You don't have to do anything. You just have to, like, not drown.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah, can you even can you even ride a bike yourself?
Yes, I can ride a bike.
I've just never seen
you know what? I don't know if he knows how to ride a bike. Maybe that'll be the next thing we teach him.
Can you even I would almost want to test your dad abilities. Like, I don't even know if you have the skill set required to teach another man how to be an adult. Because we suck at it. I couldn't do it either. Like, I'd be like, oh, there's a screwdriver set and
well, it is, it is like I feel like a lot of parents, like real parents, when they have a child, they have at least 9 months to get ready and think about being a parent. And then they have about 3 years of all they have to do is keep it alive. They don't have to teach it too much. Whereas not many people just get dropped like a 13-year-old dropped in their lap. Unless you're
yeah. He's that's a weird one. I don't know, like, you can't even drive him to soccer and stuff. Like, you're just not ready for it at all.
No, I don't even have my fucking license. I'm like, man, I don't know what to do. But he's good. He wants to be a professional esports player.
Really?
Yeah, he's
mate,
real
you need
good.
To let him get in those 3 a.m. hours. Otherwise, he's going to be a disappointment. You need to let him stay up.
No, he needs to have a good, regular, healthy sleeping schedule for a growing young boy.
And he also needs to get really good at Valiant. What's it called?
Valorant, yeah.
Valorant. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So
How good
I
is
think
he?
to the listeners, if you notice a little bit more of a responsible, fatherly-like vibe about the show, that's all me.
I'd be interested if people noticed a lack of fatherly responsibility during the show. Like, I'm happy for people to sound off pointing out either. If you think Lewis is slipping over the next few weeks and you think he's getting a little bit immature, then I would definitely remind Lewis, excuse me, Mr. Spears, because that's probably what you prefer to be known as now.
Yeah, I make him call me Mr. Spears. That's right.
Yeah, so please sound off. Excuse me, Mr. Spears. I've noticed you've been slipping and you're being a child like usual. Could you please act responsibly? Because at the end of the day, mate, you're a role model now. I'm not. I can do whatever the fuck I want. You know, if I want to go out on a Thursday and watch some dildos vibrate their way down a roof, then I can do that. And that's what I enjoy doing, actually.
And you know what? That's something that I'm really jealous of now. Because as a father, how's this? Rate me on this.
Okay.
Mate, you got to pull your weight around here, all right? Your mother, she's cooked us a nice dinner and there's dishes all over the place, all right? It's not hard to put your cup in the dishwasher, all right? It's no one's going to force you to do it, but it needs to be done because, I've spent a lot of time at work and your mother's spent a lot of time cooking and we both need to pull our weight around here because we all live under the same roof we need to respect our environment.
Wrap it up. Too long. I got bored. Like, I put myself into the mind of a 13-year-old then. Tuned out after, like, cup. When you said cup, I was like, what?
Yeah, shit.
Yeah,
okay.
You need to be more concise. Just like, mate, show some goddamn respect and get back in there and make me a millionaire. All right, with your esports.
How about this?
Okay.
What are you doing the vacuuming for? Get back on the fucking keys.
Yep.
And grind.
Level up. Learn all the ins and outs, the math things that you have to learn to be. Apparently, you have to learn a lot about
Get some
maths.
headshots. Get some headshots, man. Your reaction time's slipping. What are you doing?
Yeah, great. Well, that's good. I think that was better at the end. So if you can apply that now to real life, I reckon this kid's going to be a goddamn star. Just like...
Oh, mate, he will.
Yeah, great.
We're in the Misfits compound. I've got connections already. So you know what? Maybe what I should be is one of those dads. Those dads that live through their children. I could be them, you know?
That'd be cool. That'd be like
do you think that is going to happen eventually? Like with our generation? Because we grew up with games, right? So, and now we've seen how much money can be made in esports. So when our generation has children, do you reckon we're going to see like esports dads?
Yeah, for sure. Like, they grew up just playing Ratchet and Clank recreationally, but they kind of they yearned for something more, but they never had the confidence to pursue it, and the industry wasn't there.
I could have gone pro, but the esports industry wasn't in Australia at all yet.
No, it's not even that. Like, I could have gone pro, but there was no pro, like anything on Nintendo Cube, you know? Like, there wasn't like pro Nintendo 64 events in 2001.
No.
It was
so I would love to see that
for fun.
I'd love to see like two dads punching on while their like teenage sons are on stage on a desktop PC, like just smashing each other in League of Legends or something.
But I would like to see them punching off over like what will be like a dad issue, like them comparing progress on Banjo-Kazooie or like the original Zelda. Something like that.
Banjo-Kazooie speed runs.
Yeah.
That's bullshit, bro. That's a glitch. That's not by the book.
Yeah, and meanwhile the kids are like, "Oh my god, shut up, Dad! Like I'm playing like whatever, like the fuck VR game." They're all competing.
I don't even want to play Banjo-Kazooie. I wanted to be a sports star. You'll play what I tell you to play.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, It's good. You've done a very good thing, and I'm interested to see how your dad journey goes. I think we're all eager to follow you on this new part of your life. It happened a little earlier than I think we both thought it would.
Happened really, really early. To have a 13-year-old child in your house out of nowhere is like, holy shit. Now my office, well, what used to be my office is now like split 50% with Jasmine's room, her bedroom, because he got her room So we had to take everything out of her office room and put it in my office. So like my office looks like a set of the Frenemies because it's like one side is all my shit and then the other side is all her stuff.
Dude, there's one question before we move on. And you can pass, you can veto, that's fine. I just think that's the burning question. Now that there's obviously a child in the house, has it affected mummy and daddy time at all? Well, now is there going to be a few more hotels being booked, some nights into the city, perhaps, or
Remember that episode of Luke and Lewis when we were all in the caravan and we were all just like abysmally horny?
that's you 24/7.
It's my life now. I'm back in the caravan.
Oh my God. And that was for 2.5 weeks. God knows what it's going to be like for 2.5 years.
I know. Mate, don't be surprised if one day I just have 3 more.
Jesus. Well, good luck. I got punched in the face.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah, look, I've got a black eye.
Oh, yeah, you got hit by your cat.
Yeah, because my son was annoying it, so I took her. I picked her up to take her out of the room, and she took it all out on my face.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I got hit by some Maori bloke at a nightclub, and you came off 100% way worse than I did. Your one looks fucked.
Oh yeah, mine's really bad. I got a scar. I was upstairs, and Zach, who built this set, he's here, and he looked at me. He goes, "Man, are you all right?" And I was like, "What?" He goes, "You got into a fight." And I was like, "Oh no, it was my cat." And he goes, "Really?" Like he didn't believe me.
He thought there was like something going on. Yeah, that's what like people tell you.
Yes,
I've known people like that as well. Where like you definitely got in a fight. Like, nah, man, it was like a bandicoot and it attacked me. You're like, what?
That's what you say when you started the fight and lost it. Oh no, I just like
it was like a street rat.
Yeah. So what happened to you? You got punched in the head.
Yeah, and I know it like probably seems like I probably started a fight because I reckon that's the vibe I give off. Like almost after it happened, I was like, I feel like this is karma for a lot of other times where I probably should have been punched in the face. This time, entirely not my fault. So I walked into the bathroom, right? Because I was at like
a Darwin nightclub.
But yeah, so the only reason why I was at a nightclub, by the way, is because I was hanging out with the guys from Mashed and Kutcher, right? The DJ group.
DJs.
Get on the beers, Triple J Hot 100,
Yeah.
right? Very lovely boys. You know, I saw they were in Darwin, so we're like, oh, let's catch up, blah, blah, blah. So that I would never be at a Darwin nightclub at 2 a.m. I just want to point that out there.
I really like, though, that the first time you go to a Darwin nightclub, you leave with a wound.
Yeah. The most Darwin shit ever. Oh, and also like 4 people offered me ketamine and only 2 of them were fans. So the other 2 were just like...
just good blokes.
Yeah, and it was so strange because it's just like, sure, like you get offered Coke a lot in Melbourne, you know, like, oh, do you want, you know, that's, you know, look, I'm not, do what you want, whatever. But offer me Coke, great. That's just generous. All right? I'm not going to take it. I don't do drugs, but you know what? I think some people think that's a generous thing to do because it's quite expensive, right? But keep your horse tranquilizer to yourself. Like, don't bring other people in.
Mate, it's the Darwin Cup. Get into the spirit.
I know. I think they're all trying to get ready. It's just like the 3-day
They probably broke into the stables. They have an abundance of it.
I know. So, I was just walking in the toilet and there was like a situation happening where a guy had another guy like up on the sink. And look, maybe in hindsight, I probably should have just turned around and walked out. Like that's what the smartest thing to do in this situation. Because you know when you're like
anyone.
Yeah, I know. You should. I wasn't really trying to help him though. That's the thing. I don't want to come off like I'm trying to be a hero at all. Yeah. I'll be honest. It seems like I was trying to be a hero. It's absolutely not what I was trying to do. I was just so confused. So this guy like has this guy up against Sink, kind of like jumper punching him. They're, I guess, exchanging some choice words with each other, right?
Yeah.
And one guy clearly has the
Hey,
upper
watch
hand.
your language. How was that?
That was really good. Oh, see, if I had done that, you would have got fucking the shit kicked out of you because I did less than that, right? Yeah. I just kind of flung the door open of the toilet. They're a meter away from me. All I did, I just go, whoa, what's going on here? Like just kind of like, oh shit, like what have I walked in on? Just turns around, like cracks me in the eye. Like I didn't even see his fist. I still have no memory of the fist
Yeah.
coming. I just remember like, thinking I've been punched, and it hurt
Yeah.
so much. And then you know,
He's dead.
I retaliated a little bit, but he was way bigger than me. I managed to I don't want to go into it, but I managed to fix the problem.
Yeah.
And then I left really quickly and got the security guard, and he got thrown out.
That's good.
Yeah. But it was like so scary. No, I wasn't. I was like shaking. It was terrifying. Like it was purely like adrenaline, because I'm a fucking bitch, dude. I don't want to be in a fight. Like, no way.
It's not good. You don't want to be in a fight. It's not cool. It sucks.
And it really fucking hurt my eye. Like, my eye's just been weeping all day. Like, the waiter at the cafe we're at before just thought I was crying. Like, because I was just like wiping tears away out of my glasses all day. Because it's not really bruised, which is fine, because I iced it. But I can't see properly out of one eye. I should probably go to the doctor.
Yeah, that's not good.
Nah. I was like, it felt like when I had that eye surgery actually yesterday. Like,
he just gave you a little adjustment.
yeah, remember when I had my top layer of my eye lasered off? I think he did it with his fist. Like, but I had to go in.
That's cheaper.
Exactly. I had to go get another surgery anyway in the next year. So, you know.
You might not need it. Man, maybe I should go up to Darwin and get my jaw fixed up.
Dude, I think I actually did him a favor, because I think I might have realigned his jaw. Which was, you're welcome to that guy. Yeah. No, it was really shitty. And then because I was in like with the, dude, by the way, so weird. I've never thought I'd be this guy at the club, but I really got special treatment. And you know why?
Yeah.
Because I was the guy, and I never thought I'd say this, who knew the DJ. And man, you get treated like royalty.
You really do.
Oh man, it was good.
That's also the only time I've ever had like a real special treatment at a club, is also when I was hung out with Mashton Kutcher years ago. I think it was Adelaide, maybe.
Well, good on them. They treat their boys with respect. They felt so bad. Like, they were like blaming themselves. Like, we feel awful. I'm like, how is it your fault? I like could have just left, and I accidentally made eye contact with the guy.
What happened to the other guy?
He got thrown out. Oh, I
no,
don't know.
the other guy.
He kind of just walked out with me. Like, I think I gave him a window to get out of there. But I wasn't trying to. I want to make it very clear. I was not trying to help him. I was just furious that I'd been punched in the face.
Yeah.
No, it was shitty. But then I had to wait around for like an hour in the club to make sure he like wasn't waiting outside. Because like he got kicked out, and I was like, what about if he's just like standing there waiting for me to leave or something?
Yeah, that happens.
So.
Man, could be worse. He could have claws.
Exactly. Yeah, you look way worse than me.
Way worse. Yeah.
So,
and she's about like 700 grams maybe?
Yeah. Shit. One thing we do need to touch on two things. One, I believe there was a bit of swimming chat that I missed in the music episode. Oh, what am I talking about? I think I'm
emergency episode.
Emergency episode.
Yeah, which was supposed to come out 15 years from now, but I believe will have come out a couple of days ago because Zoom is hard.
Just a little bit of a early release on that one, which is fine.
Yeah,
we pushed it. I like that we had other episodes as well. Like, we have a couple of guest episodes that we probably could have fast tracked, but you guys were like, this one that's scheduled for 2036, let's just pump it out now.
Mate, it was an emergency. Speaking of emergencies, Keelan, can you get a laptop charger for me?
But we can talk about that. So yeah, I want to go into this swimming thing. And also there's a bit of Olympics news as well that I wanted to update you all on, because I'm assuming Lewis has been watching limited to no sport during the week.
I've seen one thing about the Olympics that really amused me, and that's I'm fascinated by all of the nations that have like no money and no training facilities that compete in the Olympics, and they just get trashed. They're like really happy to be there as well.
Oh yeah, and it's
I
so
really
good. I
really like them.
Dude, I don't know. Well, like if say the Philippines is one of those countries, but do you see the Philippines won their first ever gold medal in the weightlifting?
Yeah, that's so cool.
Because I guess that's one of the sports where, man, you can just like find heavy shit anywhere and just like train.
Did you guys?
Yeah, I guess weightlifting would probably be one of the cheapest ones to train, do you think?
Yeah, diet and stuff would be. It depends. I don't know. I don't think the Philippines is like.
I mean
probably the
facilities,
country.
right?
Yeah.
Because like a
I'm not
good
sure what it's
running
like.
facility, that you need a whole like track, and that's a lot of
Yes.
public funding. You're not going to get that. You can find a gym anywhere,
Yeah, that's true.
I
Yeah,
think.
Did you guys hear about the commentator who got in a lot of trouble for saying something racist on accident?
What?
What did they
No?
say?
I can't remember what country it was. I think it was Norway. Was commentating a table tennis final, and the guy goes, "I can't believe they're so good and so accurate hitting the ball with such little eyes."
Oh my god,
Something like that, and he got fired.
that's like such
not
a
good.
like. It's just like it's not even an attempt at humor. That's just like a really backwards thought he had, and he probably didn't understand why. That's
It's
not
the
okay.
it's the definition of like what an ignorant thing to say. It's not hateful, but it's just like, come on, bro.
Jesus. That's fucking wild. Dude, you know what's my favorite part about the Olympics is Australia's presence this year. I forget maybe what it's usually like, but I feel like we have come in and made the most Australian impression on the rest of the world, and I'm fucking living for it, dude. The swim
It's
team,
great.
the guy celebrating like way over the top, that was
Yeah.
awesome. And then one of the girls, I forget what her name is, she's being interviewed by Channel 7.
Kaylee McEwen.
And so who was it?
I think it was Kaylee McEwen.
Yeah, okay. And then the interviewer goes, "So is there anything you'd like to say to your family and friends back at home in Australia?" And she just goes, "Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, wait. No.
That's
And
so
then
Australian.
I think they just aired it. I think they're just live. So the guy was like, "Oh, we'll have to get the beep button ready." But it's like, that's not how it works, bro.
That's so funny. Yeah, I'm loving it. Like, and also there's way too many of our athletes with mullets. Like, so many of them have mullets. It's
The,
very funny.
100
Like
meter-
that 100-meter sprinter guy.
Yeah.
First of all, mullet, awesome. Second of all, a white guy won the 100
Yeah.
meters. Did you see, like, the Jamaican guy was shocked. Like, he was like, "Oh, bummer, I didn't win." And then he looked at who won. He was like, "The white guy? What
And
the
also,
fuck?"
like the white guy in lane 1. Like usually it's like lane 4, 5, 6 are like your favorites, and then the
Yeah.
outside lanes are like people who didn't qualify.
Yeah.
With us fast enough times. Oh, dude, the look and confusion of his face. I would have, mate, it would confuse me. I'm watching it and I was like, is he? Because you know when you see like green and gold and you're like, is this us or like South Africa? You know, like I was
Yeah.
confused at the time. But either way, it's very incredible. And one of my favorite stories that came out of the week was the Australian kayaker, Jessica Fox. She had a bit of an issue before the race where she had like a hole in her kayak, so it wasn't waterproof. So she like full on MacGyvered it and used one of the Olympic condoms that they get given, a little bit of putty, and then like fixed her kayak with a condom and then went on to win gold. If that is not the most Australian shit I've ever seen, I don't know what is. They were just like,
That's
"Oh, we got a problem."
great.
And then someone was like, "Can you chuck us a dinger?"
Man, if
That's
there's one
awesome.
thing the Australian Olympians know how to do, it's how to get a condom in a hole.
Yeah. They really are good at it. And I hope they're making some work on that in the Olympic Village as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I think
they're tearing them
I
up.
reckon it's got to be like, for the men, I reckon the Australians would be crushing it. And for the women, it would be all those Swedish chicks.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but it's just, as we were saying last week, it's just a bunch of people in their physical prime being told not to fuck by a foreign government. So if that doesn't make you more horny, then I don't know what will.
Do you reckon there'd be some people that are like, you know, they'd be doing well in the Olympics, but doing poorly in the Olympic Village? Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe like the heavyweight weightlifters, women's division, probably not crushing it, or
But
maybe
they
they'd be
might-
crushing some people.
Yeah, or getting crushed by like an even bigger shot putter or something like that.
True. Yeah.
Those beds would crumple under that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you can't put those shot-putting women on a fucking cardboard bed. That's not good. Those chicks are massive.
The dudes are bigger.
Yeah.
They should have a biggest bomb competition on the last day where they get
They
like,
should.
all the weightlifters.
No, dude, that'd be great. You get all the like that who's that transgender weightlifter? Hubbard would get the gold after she's gotten all the gold in the weightlifting.
Dude, imagine getting like the Russian the Russian Olympic Committee, the Russian hammer thrower like off the 10-meter platform. That would be easily the most viewed event in the Olympic Games, hands down.
They should. You know what? They should get like after the Olympics. They should just like they should be able to try all of the other sports. You know?
Yeah, it's a bit of fun. Like I reckon if I was like played for the like the hockey Roos, I'd want to have a crack at the archery just before I get my flight back. Just like
why
the
not?
shooting. Something like that. They should do like a day where everyone swaps and it's just like there's no medals, it's just participation, and then they all go off and root at the end or something. Instead of the closing ceremony. That's what it should be. Fuck the closing ceremony. Just do a fun day, kind of like a, just a bit of a festival at the end. Well, I think it works, by the way, just with the roots and verse performance. I reckon the people who are winning the golds are focusing too hard on the actual Olympics. They're not having much luck in the Olympic Village. It's the people who don't make it through to the semi-finals. They are getting laid. When you see
that's the only what is there left to do?
Yeah, when you see like an Australian come like 7th in the heat in like the 800 meters, you're like, all right, this man is going to be busier tonight than the people who made the final. That's for sure.
Yeah, because you know what? There's still is that thing of like athletes abstaining from sex before their events. So, the best athletes were probably getting the least amount of action. So, it's got to be like, you get a bronze medal. No worries, mate. We can fix that up.
Yeah, and plus you'd be tired if you actually like physically exerted yourself enough to win a gold medal. Like you could, couldn't be bothered. But the people who are just like, oh yeah, I got a free trip to Tokyo. I ran 200 meters in the hurdles and then I got knocked out first round. Great. Have a fun 2 weeks in Tokyo. That sounds awesome. You can hang out with like Paddy Mills in the Olympic Village.
The call dropped out. We love Zoom. Zoom's great.
Yes.
To celebrate the call dropping out, let's pay some bills. Thank you very much to manscaped.com for sponsoring the show. Go to manscaped.com/soundoff. There is now no code. Use the custom link manscaped.com/soundoff for 20% off and free shipping. The Lawnmower 4.0. That's one more point than 3. Really good stuff.
They upgraded the shit out of that shaver, and it's a nice, smooth, clean shave. So I've heard. Haven't received it yet. Very jealous, actually.
Man. It's really good. You know what's happened to Keelan? He's actually choking on his own body hair. He's shaved off so much of his own body hair that it's now floating around and he keeps inhaling it.
I shaved my arms.
You joke, but yeah, I was going to say, this is a real thing. Keelan said in the group chat the other day, he got so bored that he just shaved his entire body, and now he looks like an eel.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very cool.
An eel. So I guess, Keelan, you are now the most apt person to explain the experience of the Lawnmower 3.0, considering you've used it on almost 100% of your body. What's your thoughts?
I love the 4.0. It's actually, it glides a lot smoother than the 3.0, and that the little torch on the actual shaver is bright enough to light my bathroom. Because remember, I don't have a light in my bathroom.
With what a perk.
And also
so every morning when Keelan needs to use the bathroom, he'll wake up and he'll reach over and grab the Lawnmower 4.0, and you'll hear him pissing in the toilet while it goes. And no more mess.
The cream you get with it, like the anti-shaving moisturizer, is amazing. I have the softest nuts in the country, I think. I use it every night before I go to bed. I wake up with this
every night? Aren't you supposed to only use it after you shave?
No, you can use it whenever you like. It's moisturizer. Use only as directed, but yeah.
So funny to me, like, you're this guy who's in like a long distance relationship, living by himself and before bed every single night. You're like, dude, I need the softest nuts going around.
I wonder how smooth I can get my nuts to become.
Soft sack is what they call me. Soft sack Keelan.
I have heard that
Wow.
before around the town.
Yeah, people have been screaming it actually in Frankston.
So
That's right.
manscaped.com/soundoff for 20% off and free shipping the Lawnmower 4.0 and your soft sack creams.
Yes.
That's not what
and
they're
also,
called,
if
but
you
apparently
want,
it's what they do.
if you want something funky as hell to put your soft sack in, Lewis,
Yeah,
I would put mine into some Nobby underwear for sure.
absolutely. So would I. Dude, it's the best underwear in the game.
Yeah, nobby.com.au. They sponsor the show, obviously. We love them. They support us. And you guys support them, which is very cool. People come up to us in the street and just show us their nobbies. It's confusing and weird for strangers, but we appreciate it. It means they're supporting the show.
It's
Just
really
please
great.
don't show us your soft sacks. We don't need a testimonials on the Manscaped, but we are happy to see like an underwear band. However, please do not show us your soft sacks.
No
That can
sacks
remain
needed.
in your
Thank
pants.
you. Nobby.com.au. Use code SOUNDOFF for $5 off your first pair and absolutely nothing else.
No. And you know what? You shouldn't need anything else because they're seriously the best undies. And we just recommend you get them. And you know what's great? All the people in our Discord have them and stuff. And literally everyone I've spoken to has been like, I threw all my other underwear out and now it pains me if I have to wear any other brand.
Yes. Yeah.
true.
When I had less pairs, every now and then, like a Calvin Klein would come into rotation and I would look at my underwear drawer and go, oh, what? Today's going to suck.
Yep. That's pretty normal, actually. So, nobby.com.au. Support the brands that support the show. And yeah. So, there's actually two more things. Oh, fuck. We're running out of time, Lewis.
Yeah.
I did something that made you angry at my Darwin show.
Yeah. Look, I am glad
how you
we've
feeling
saved this
about it?
for the end because I don't think we're going to be able to continue on after I say this. Now, as you know, mate, I'm a father now. I'm growing up. I'm maturing. And I take what we do very seriously because this is a business. And your reputation, it's not just your reputation anymore. We're inextricably linked. So what you do reflects on me and the show. So I was
And
actually
I know
very...
that, and
Yeah.
that's why I always try and uphold the best and most responsible brand now. And now that you're a father as well, I've also tried to become more responsible. Just ignore everything I've done during the week. But from this week on, I'll really try and turn over a new leaf.
There's one thing I can't ignore, okay? I can ignore the bar fights and the vibrators and the male strippers and the drinking, whatever, okay? That's fine.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
I cannot
Because I
move
wasn't
past-
planning on stopping that.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. If I couldn't ignore that, there wouldn't be a show. So I have a very big issue with some of your onstage behavior at your shows. Now, I'll do controversial things at my shows. I'll do things that'll cause headlines, but I would never do this. I would never subject an audience to this. And what you've done, I think, is disgusting. You, Luke Kidgel, in your Darwin show, you performed to a sold-out crowd wearing fucking shorts. Okay?
And
that's disgusting.
And you're forgetting, mate, I wore shorts and a singlet combo.
Now, I want an official apology. I want you to look into the camera and apologize to that audience member and apologize to me and Keelan. Because wearing shorts on stage is bad enough, but shorts and a singlet, you couldn't get any more disrespectful than that.
Mate, and I appreciate your concern, and I'll tell you why I'm not going to apologize. Is I did a poll on my Instagram story, sure, controversial, and I understand not everyone agrees that I should have got these glorious pins out on stage for all to see. I have a runner's body. I am elite, but it doesn't mean you need to show it off. You know, well, it's lingering around somewhat.
It's in there somewhere.
It's in there somewhere. I could find it again, is the
Yeah,
point.
yeah, in a few photos from 2012.
That's
where you'll find it.
Horrifically true. Anyway. I won't be apologizing. I did a poll on my Instagram story saying king shit, yes, keep doing you, or no, no thank you, never again. 85% of people thought that what I wore was fine, comfortable, weather appropriate, and I guess stylish.
It's just it's for whatever reason it just looks weird on stage. It's not a stand up thing to do to wear shorts. Like you look at any comedy special, any clip on YouTube from like amateur all the way to the most professional comedians in the world, you will notice not a single one of them is wearing shorts, and that's for a reason. What that reason is, I'm not sure, but I do know I don't like it. And neither do any other comedians. It's like a running thing at like in Melbourne. Whenever a comedian rocks up in shorts, they get bullied.
Oh yeah, the only people who I've copped heat off pretty much is from other comedians, right? Everyone else just thought, mate, you're a chill dude and you can dress how you want, and I respect that. And people, I think, appreciated how bold of a move it was. People in Darwin were just confused because this is their cold season. They're like, mate, it's only 32. I'm wearing jeans and like a long sleeve. Like people are just, but they're like, mate, this is as cold as it gets here. So they were confused as to why I was dressing like it was their 40-degree weather.
I will be wearing thermals and jeans at my Darwin show next year.
You're going to regret that so hard. I got a message from Will Gibb, fellow Sydney comedian. He goes, mate, I am a gay comedian, but that is the gayest looking comedian I've ever seen.
Yeah. And look, Will knows what gay looks like because he does not look like that at all. He's probably the straightest looking comedian in the country. So he knows gay when he sees it.
He looks like the lead singer of the Chats. Yeah, a bit. He hates that, by the way. He'll really get annoyed that we've said that. But
hey man, look less like the guy, and then there won't be an issue.
I've just, change. I don't know what you have to change, but you look a lot.
Look, Will, if you're upset about that, what I want you to do is just put down the phone, put down the laptop, look in the mirror, and just scream "Smoko" at yourself. And if you think we're wrong, feel free to say so. But I guarantee you, we're not going to get a message going, "You're actually wrong." We're going to get, oh yeah, it's true.
We love Will here. We need to get him on the show. He's a very
we got to get Will on.
But yeah, no, I won't be apologizing. And I knew the ramifications going in. I knew that there was going to be a punishment that followed, which is, you know what? Fair enough. This is the position I was in. I agreed with you that it's not okay, but I also didn't want to be the guy dripping on stage because it's like 33 degrees and I'm not used to the heat. Like we've been in Melbourne winter, so it feels like 36.
Well, look, as a father, I really want to instill in you and my son that actions have consequences. And you're free to do whatever you like, but every action has a consequence. So just know that before you do anything reckless.
You messaged me before I went on stage, which I did see, and this is when I was getting dressed, and I could have backed out, but I continued to go on. You said, this is an official violation of stand-up regulations, and if you do this, it will be a 2-episode ban from wearing Ganda on Luke and Lewis. And I said, mate, make it a 4-episode ban because I think I'm going to wear a singlet too. You then said, I'm on strike, so I'm not even sure why you turned up today because I thought you were striking. But is there a union on our show for shit fashion sense, or we need to start a union?
Yeah, it's a one-man union, and I'm the chairman and the only member. You guys aren't allowed to join.
I did, however, draw the line. I'm not reckless. Like I'm happy to cop a 4-episode ban, and you notice I'm not wearing any items of Ganda clothing today. I've gone the plain ASOS tee, and I'm not thrilled about it.
Good.
To be honest,
that's good. Last episode doesn't count. You weren't in it. This is episode 1.
Okay, that's fair. He says, I said, I will, however, not be risking a 6-week Ganda suspension for wearing thongs. No matter how tempting, closed-toed shoes will not be worn. Oh, sorry, will be worn. Will be worn. And I did, and I made a point of that. And a lot of people from Darwin, I said that. I was talking about it on stage, and I was talking about you saying that you were unhappy with me. And one guy just yelled out, like I said, so I'm wearing closed-toe shoes. And one guy was just like, mate, that's a bit fucking fancy. Jesus, really dressing up for us. So a few people actually heckling me that I wasn't dressed down enough.
Right. So when I get to I get to
mate.
Darwin around next year and I show up with like wearing clothes, they're gonna go boo. I guess you know what?
Dude.
It makes sense for Darwin. It seems to be fairly normal to just have male strippers as the entertainment. So seeing a guy performing with clothes on must be a bit off-putting.
Well, yeah. At first I thought it was weird. Then I just realized that it's just hot. So it's like it's just a good profession to have because you don't have to wear clothes the whole time. If you rocked up
True.
wearing a hoodie here for your show next year, they're just gonna think you're an Eskimo or something like that.
Yes.
They're just gonna be confused, like where does this man come from? But yeah. So I'm not gonna be apologizing. However, I am gonna cop this slap on the wrist, which is a pretty big blow. Not being able to wear Ganda, and I'm not sponsored by them, by the way. I just really like their affordable, comfortable, and stylish.
That's
threads.
enough.
Please
That's
sponsor
enough.
me, Ganda.
Mate,
Please.
look, okay, I appreciate you coming forward and telling me the truth, buddy. I'm proud of you, okay? And I'm not angry. I'm just a little bit disappointed, all right? But that's
Well,
okay.
I'm not sweaty, so it was a really comfortable show, actually.
How was that?
I will,
How was
I will admit it felt weird.
Yeah.
You know what I realized? Like at the time, it was such a good call, and now I realize I'm gonna like watch I post a clip from that show online, like on
You're
TikTok.
gonna regret it.
Just no context as to why I'm wearing a singlet at all.
Yeah, because I think this is why, like, on video, you cannot tell how hot or cold it is, obviously. So it's just
you
going to
can
look
tell-
really weird. I guarantee you, post
you
some
can
clips
tell
from
how
that
much of a
show, people are
douchebag.
going to be like, what's with the shorts?
Oh yeah, people are just gonna think I'm a douchebag, and they are correct.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the
should
perfect area to end the show. Luke Hidgel saying,
Yeah, I
I am a
agree.
douchebag.
Maybe that's how we should end every show. I just
Potentially.
confess that I'm a douchebag. Well, maybe that's part of my punishment as well. For 4 episodes, I have to conclude every episode by saying I'm a douchebag.
I think
wear
that's fair.
Ganda.
I think that's fair. Because you
And-
know what the thing is? If you're not wearing Ganda, people might be a bit confused as to whether or not you are a douchebag. Whereas as soon as you put that stuff on, they go, obviously, he doesn't need to say it.
No, that's not the case at all. And if Ganda are thinking of sponsoring me, I've got a podcast of my own. You don't need that kind of brand alignment on this show because I disagree wholeheartedly. And you know what I'm concerned about just before we go is I'll see how much I hate this punishment, but it's going to get hot in regional Queensland in a couple of weeks. It's going to get warm. in Bundaberg.
No. If you do that, there will be a new punishment that will be concocted.
Okay, we'll see. I'll see.
Because it's not that hot. I'll let you slide in Darwin, but it's not that hot in regional Queensland.
Cairns is upwards of 26 degrees at the moment. That's
Not
pretty
hot
for
enough at
pants.
all.
Pretty hot for pants. All right, that's the end of the show. I'm a douchebag. Thanks very much for listening.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate it. We'll be back. It'll be a guest episode next up, Keelan.
Probably. Either
Probably.
Great. Well, look forward to something in a couple of days. Thank you very much. Make sure you grab tickets to Luke's tour at lukehidgel.com and then my tour also louspears.com. I'm starting in 2 weeks in regional Victoria and then I'm going to Adelaide and then everywhere else. So grab your tickets and I will see you there. Luke, where are you
And
next?
Bunbury tomorrow on Friday. I think it's almost sold out. It might be sold out. And also Perth, there will be tickets. There's like 200 tickets left for the big theatre show, so it's like 80% full. So it's going to be the biggest show I've ever done, which is crazy. So yeah, I'm keen.
Sick. All right. Thank you very much, guys. And we'll talk to you in a couple of days. Bye.
Chicken Imp. If that is your real name. Fuck off.